When I hear a child say that reading makes me sad, or a teen say, I hate reading, my heart breaks a little bit. I know that for some, just to be in a classroom where reading is the center of each lesson can be really painful. In class, that child can be hiding behind a cheerful face, but when the teacher asks for volunteers to read, they shrink into the background and try to be invisible. Do you know that cheerful face that tries to hide? And it doesn't stop just in English lessons, but let's look at maths. Reading directions and solving story problems becomes a greater and greater part of the curriculum as children advance. Well, if they can't read the directions, you might find them also shrinking from asking for help because it means that that question draws attention to what they don't know. It could mean that it could be embarrassment for them. So what may happen to some is that they'll fall behind in maths as well. But you already know that not being able to read confidently has a knock-on effect for a child's self-esteem and also an adult's self-esteem. But this doesn't have to continue. Advancements in reading and my own successful techniques do open the door to success for even the most reluctant reader. My name is Carol Railton. I'm a specialist tutor who has honed my skills for the past 30 years. I've experienced and adapted the changes in reading theory and reading practice over these years, but I've kept the core of what has changed the lives of hundreds of struggling students to them being successful readers. I believe that successful readers are either natural readers or they've had a teacher who's identified how they best learn and adapted that knowledge to successfully supporting that child. We know that we don't all read or learn in the same way. As a specialist tutor, it's my responsibility to investigate how your child learns and then adapt my program to them. With the right tools and a renewed feeling of optimism, children not only build a strong reading foundation, but begin loving to learn, and their attitude has changed to I can do it rather than avoiding reading. As they practice that skill, they begin to experience improved results in their other subjects too. Reading is no longer holding them back, but propelling them forward. And with an improved attitude and learning skills at their own pace, you may be surprised at what your child can accomplish, and maybe in a shorter period of time than what you thought. Educational systems are often the culprit, whether they be private or public. With few exceptions, teachers are provided with a curriculum that they must navigate through during that school year, as well as manage a full classroom that may even scare the most strong-hearted parent to manage. They know that their classroom is full range of learners, from those who've fallen behind to those who are gifted. They may have entered the profession with the hope to help every child. But there's not enough time in the day to be able to do that. And in honesty, it's not practical. Sometimes it's only the children with severe learning problems that are identified for additional support. But your struggling child may not have been identified. Preparedness for independence and success throughout a child's schooling and beyond is built upon often the early years of learning. Fortunately, you have the power to stop the clock on your child's frustration and now provide them with the tools to learn to read. Continued failure and battered self-esteem do not have to be. I've seen hundreds of students, young and older, become confident readers and go on to become successful students and adults. Your child does not have to be left behind any longer. My life's work has been to uncover how each student learns, not how they've been taught. I hope you hear the difference there, because how they've been taught or how they've just tried on their own to learn hasn't worked for them. I start by spending time speaking to you, the parent, and in many cases, your insights about your child provide invaluable information, which was sometimes overlooked by the classroom teacher, unfortunately. In addition, I review past reports and maybe I'll pick up some piece of knowledge in doing so. And finally, like a detective, I will sit and take my time testing and interviewing your child. And with these three pieces of information in place, I'm ready to create a program just for your child. And it doesn't stop there. With the specialist program, I adapt it as I get to know your child and also as they learn from concept to concept. And you'll find that the program will accelerate once the foundations have been covered and mastered by your child. I will invest my experience and my expertise in your child's program. Their life as a student is about to change positively. Are you ready? Your child just needs the right person to show him or her how, and I have the keys to do so. If you'd like to speak with me, please take a moment to fill in the form on the left, and I'll contact you to set up a time to meet with you that's convenient to you. Let's create change in your child's life now.